The football team wins in OT, and the volleyball team welcomes fans back to the Beakley. So stay tuned to the Penguin Rundown. Welcome into the Penguin Rundown. I'm Kyle Wills, and like I said earlier, the football team won in OT this past Thursday in their home opener, so let's start with them. Like I said, the football team won in OT this past Thursday in their home opener at Stambaugh Stadium. The men came out victorious in an overtime thriller, 44-41. The story of the game was senior running back Jaleel McLaughlin, who had a career-high 29 carries for a career-best 242 yards rushing. He also pounded his way into the end zone twice as well. His performance was good enough to award him MVFC Co-Offensive Player of the Week. Redshirt freshman Demetric Crenshaw played well in his first start under center for the Penguins, completing 9 of 12 passes for 112 yards and 1 touchdown through the air. The redshirt freshman also contributed in the running game, rushing for 81 yards on 20 carries and finding his way into the end zone twice as well. Senior kicker Colt McFadden was automatic, as he was 5 for 5 on extra points and 3 for 3 on his field goal attempts. His second attempt tied the game as time expired in the fourth quarter, and his third and final kick sent the fans home happy in OT. McFadden also brought home MVFC honors after being named Special Teams Player of the Week. Up next, the team will be on the road Saturday as they head to Michigan State for a Big Ten matchup against the Spartans. Catch the game on 570, WKBN, and the Big Ten Network. So now after football, let's drive into golf as the women's golf team competed in the Nittany Lion Invitational over the weekend. The Penguins finished the competition in 13th place with a 3-round total score of 915. A standout performance for the weekend was from junior Dana Regola, who tied for 31st individually and had a career-best 3-round score of 221, including 2 even par rounds on Saturday. The women's golf team will compete again next week, September 13th and 14th, as they play host to the Roseanne Schwartz Invitational at the Mill Creek Golf Course. Now for the men's team. As earlier this week, the men's team teed off their season at the Turning Stone Tiger Intercollegiate hosted by Missouri. The Penguins competed in the fall event for the first time since October of 2019. The team has a ton of experience coming back, with 4 out of the 5 players returning from last year's Horizon League Championship lineup. 2 of the top players from a year ago are Kevin Scher and Ken Keller. Scher won second-team All-Horizon League honors a year ago, while Keller led the Penguins last year in the Horizon League Championships, finishing top 20 in the tournament. The Penguins had to knock off the rust in their first tournament of the season as the Penguins combined to finish 13th out of 15 teams. Individually, Ken Keller led YSU, totaling 11 over par, with Kevin Scher right behind him at 12 over. Up next, the men's golf team travels to Huntington, West Virginia for the Joe Faganis Marshall Invitational starting on Monday. The volleyball team returned from the spring season with high hopes after adding 4 talented freshmen to the offseason. Kia Franklin, Paula Gershing, Cheyenne Halady, and Caitlin Jones all have contributed to the team's current 2-4 record. More recently, the Gwins competed at the Chippewa Invitational in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, where on Friday, the team swept the North Dakota Hawks 3-0. Collectively, YSU earned 44 kills, with Paula Gershing leading the team at 14. Senior Amanda Lebiota added 9 kills, while juniors Josie Borum and Nadia Pace pitched in 8 kills. Helping the offense, sophomore Lexi Beek put up 36 assists on the team's 44 kills. On the defensive end, junior libero Riley Seagroves led the team with 24 digs. Josie Borum had 21, and Lexi Beek added 17 digs. Unfortunately, the Gwins would come up short in their last match of the Invitational as they were defeated by Central Michigan 4-1. The team leaders of this match included Josie Borum with 15 kills, Lexi Beek with 36 assists, Riley Seagroves with 22 digs, and Cheyenne Halady with 6 blocks. Up next, the volleyball team will battle Valparaiso, South Dakota State, and Toledo at the Blue and Gold tournament in Toledo, Ohio, this Friday and Saturday. So for more stats and updates, visit ysusports.com. With more on the volleyball team, let's send it over to the Beakley Center with Caleb Ellison and Richie Giuliano.
Hello, Penguin fans, and welcome to the first roundtable of the fall 2021 season, live from the Beakley Center, home of the Youngstown State volleyball team. And that's the team we're going to be talking about today. They're a little bit slow coming out of the gates, 2-4 in the last 6 matches, but there's a lot of individual performances to be on the lookout for.
Yeah, and I think the first individual we have to touch on, Paula Gershing has been fantastic offensively. She has led Youngstown State in kills in every single match except for one, has really, just ignited this offense. Really, the freshman coming in out of Germany who's played at a national level before. She played on the U17 and U18 national team in Germany. So that shows the talent she has. Coach Scott talked about her before the season even started. Said she has such a high ceiling, loves the way that she hits the volleyball. And the one thing that really sticks out is her court awareness as a freshman. It's just truly astonishing to watch.
Absolutely, that national team experience transitioning really well to the collegiate level. And it's not just the freshmen. We have a lot of returners making their impact on the court. One of them I want to talk about is junior Josie Borum.
Yeah, Borum, who was a transfer from Chicago State last season, going to play a different role this year. The Penguins are running a 6-2, which means they're going to be running two setters on the floor. She was the primary hitter for Youngstown State last year, led the team in kills, and she's going to have a little bit of a different role this season. She's going to be more of a setter than an outside hitter, which is a good thing because of how good Paula Gershing has been this season. So Josie Borum, another impact player, and that's going to be a big key for Youngstown State with her on the floor as well as Paula Gershing at the same time.
Absolutely, and if you want to talk about YSU volleyball experience and veteranship, there is nothing more than senior Morgan Cleveley. She currently leads the YSU team with 7 service aces, and so tell me a little bit about her.
Yeah, she's the only 4-year member of the program right now. She's a senior, comes from a local high school in Campfield, great player. Shows a lot of grit on the floor, a lot of enthusiasm. As you mentioned, 7 serving aces, something that Coach Scott wanted to see out of her team early in the season. Wanted to see them serve aggressively, and she has done that and perfected that. She's just really a good player defensively, and I think that's going to be something Youngstown State's looking forward to in the back row, whether she's in that starting rotation or coming off the bench.
Right, you talked about that serving. That's definitely something that, watching the spring season, that's definitely something that you want to see the team improve on. So that's a really good sign for the YSU team. Now, coming up this weekend, they do have the University of Toledo's Blue and Gold tournament, and there is a lot of stiff competition in that tournament.
Yeah, looking at the schedule this weekend, they play Valparaiso, who is 5-1, South Dakota State 4-1, and Toledo 5-1. Great competition, out of conference, preparing you for Horizon League play. And that's what Youngstown State missed on last season, in the spring season, was the shortened Horizon League schedule. They did not play any non-conference opponents, so it's nice for the incomers like Paula Gershing, Cheyenne Halady, a couple of freshmen who are coming in, get that experience early against stiff competition out of the Horizon League.
Right, and this tournament could be the catalyst to really spark that competitiveness in this YSU team. So thank you for joining us at the round table today, live from the Beagley Center. I've been Caleb Ellison.
And I'm Richie Giuliano.
Now we're going to send it back to the studio.
Thanks, guys. Let's kick it into soccer as the women's soccer team took on the Marshall Bison last Thursday in their home opener. After a scoreless first half for both sides, junior Maddie Root scored her first career goal for the women late into the second. However, the Winds' comeback fell short as they were defeated 2-1. Then on Sunday, the team traveled to Pittsburgh to battle the Duquesne Dukes. To start off, junior Lebrana Rondon scored to give the Penguins an early 1-goal lead. Following Rondon's goal, the Dukes would score 2 of their own and ultimately defeat the women 2-1. The Gwins will return to Farmers National Bank Field this weekend as they host St. Bonaventure tomorrow, then Akron on Sunday. Kickoff is set for 5 p.m. and 1 p.m. on ESPN+. Now for a jog into cross country. The men's and women's team tabbed a pair of third-place team finishes to kick off the 2021 season as they competed in the Yinzer Classic. Competing in the Youthtown 2,000-meter cross-country course, the teams were led by junior Morgan Cole and senior Natalie Fleming. Cole clocked in a 14-minute, 39.3-second finish to finish in first, while Fleming followed just behind, posting a time of 15 minutes and 8.7 seconds. After missing the 2020 season, senior Nicole Squatrito posted the 18th fastest time of the race with a time of 15 minutes and 36.3 seconds. Overall, the women's team finished with a final team score of 60 points. The men's team was led by sophomore Tyler Clark, the top male finisher in the 6,000-meter race with a time of 19 minutes and 40.6 seconds, finishing in 9th place. Sophomore duo Hunter Christopher and Tyler Kuhn finished in 11th and 14th place respectively, posting times of 19 minutes and 40.6 seconds and 19 minutes and 45.2 seconds. Overall, the men's team finished with a team score of 81 points. The Penguins are back in action Friday, September 17th, with a pair of meets. First, they will compete in the Michigan State Spartan 2021 Auto Owner Invitational in East Lansing, Michigan, then at the Colonia Invitational in Clinton, Pennsylvania. Be sure to check out ysusports.com for more details and updates on the men's cross country team. Now let's send it over to Yusuf Hamza, where he has this week's Penguin Play of the Week.
Thank you, and welcome to this semester's first play of the week by Jaleel McLaughlin of the YSU football team, where he went 72 yards to the house against the Incarnate Word Cardinals. Let's take a look. And he gets stuck behind the line, but he goes and he turns on the Jets as soon as it gets open, and he goes 72 yards to the house. Jaleel McLaughlin, all that speed. Let's take a look behind the line, and he almost gets caught up by number 90, but he keeps fighting, and he goes, and he just has to turn on the Jets. He's got that speed and elusiveness where no one can catch him. Thank you for looking at that play of the week, and congratulations to Jaleel McLaughlin for that 72-yard run and the 45-yard reception he had later in the game to set up the game-time field goal. Back to you, Kyle.
Well, that'll wrap it up here for the Penguin Rundown. Make sure to follow us on social media at Penguin Rundown 1 on Instagram and Twitter. And make sure to check out ysusports.com for news, info, highlights, and more. I'm Kyle Wills, and I'll see you next time, Penguin Nation.